What is up, guys? My name is Blake Conis. I'm the founder and owner of Plumber Systems. All right, so I want to walk you through exactly what I did to go from 0 to 5 clients under 2 months. More importantly, what I'd do differently if I was starting over today. So the first thing I want you to take away from this is you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, you really don't. Business model already exists. People are already doing it and it's proven. So just find one that works, niche it down and execute. That's literally it. So I'm just gonna walk you through the 5 phases on this board. So phase one is obviously the foundation. Before you do anything, you need to nail down your offer. Once you know your offer, your customer. For me, it was home service contractors, plumber, HVAC, that kind of thing. That's just where my extended family does work. Next, you got to get your LLC set up right away. Typically, I would say between 1 to 2 weeks out from when your first clients come like the sweet spot. You don't need to do it right when you start, but it's definitely recommended from the early stages. Just don't wait until you close your first client. Just do it. It's quick. You'll thank yourself later. So for your website, and this is something I overcomplicated badly, you don't need a 20-page site. Don't need to do this. And you don't need to start from scratch inside that native GoHighLevel builder. You can actually use something called AI Studio. It's a platform built inside of GoHighLevel that's similar to Lovable, where you can use it natively within high level. And you can create a website that it's insane. Speaking of GoHighLevel, just start on the $97 plan. That's it. Don't overthink it. You don't need anything else. That will do the job. Your first 3 clients are going to come from your warm network. Sit down and write out everyone you know who might be in the space or who knows someone in the space. For me, it was extended family, right? So as mentioned, my girlfriend's dad was my first client. I charged him $150 instead of $297 because he's basically family. It got me started. And I never charge it or change it. Those people are the reason get to where you are. Just get them in the door at a rate that feels fair. Do great work and referrals do the rest. My first 3 clients were all referrals. One person led to another and it happened fast. It was like a domino effect. And while you're fulfilling for these first few clients, pay attention, like really pay attention to learning the platform. I can't tell you enough how many support calls I hopped on. Support at GoHighLevel is super helpful. It's one of the best out there. It's what got me to where I'm at. Just asking a bunch of questions. Speaking of which, while you're fulfilling for these first few clients, pay attention. You're learning the platform. You're learning what questions clients ask. You're figuring out your process. This is your paid training, so embrace it. So phase 3, you're going to be on the phones, anything Google Maps, super hard. We're looking for clients that have no reviews or no website. So this is where the cold outreach comes in. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did because it's way simpler than people make it seem. I just went to Google and typed in whatever niche I was targeting, like plumber and Lancaster, and then looked at the map pack, right? So that map pack is where all my clients want to rank. So I'm prospecting right where the pain is. So then I'm looking for 2 things: low review count and no website. Those are your lowest fruit. If someone's got 17 reviews and no website, I already know they're leaving their money on the table and they probably know it too. When I call, I'm going in with some script. I just call with curiosity. Here's the most important thing I figured out early on after a lot of failed calls. You stop selling features. When I first started, I get on calls and start talking about all this crazy stuff that I could do for their business using high level, and their eyes would just glaze over. They don't care. They want more jobs. So now every single thing I say leads back to outcomes. So 2 calls is typically what it takes. First call to qualify and build a report. Second call to close. So phase 4, I made some moving adjustments here. So I put it actually over here at phase 2 because the service agreements should come very early. It's very important. I can't tell you how many times I wish I would have had this in place when I just started out. Nobody on YouTube talks about service agreements. Nobody. This one I learned the hard way, so listen up. They'll show you the GHL dashboard and the workflows and the templates, but nobody tells you to get a contract signed before you take $1. And that's a huge mistake. I had a client charge back 3 months of payments without ever reaching out to cancel or say there was an issue. 3 months of work just gone. And because I didn't have their signature, I had almost nothing to fight it with. And if you rack up off chargebacks on Stripe, you can certainly lose your entire payment processor account. Now that's a big business ending problem. So get a service signed before anything starts. Make it crystal clear what's included, what's not included, and what that timeline looks like, right? Which brings me to the other thing, expectations. For example, for my services, I make it clear in my service, I make it clear in my onboarding calls that I do not guarantee leads. We are not a lead generation company. We help nurture your leads and make sure those leads get captured, and we have systems in place to give you a solid foundation. And if you use our foundation, you will see results organically, growing your business by showing up online, by doing all these best practices that will eventually help you rank higher on Google. But we do not guarantee these results. We can put in the work, give you the tools, but if the contractors or your target audience aren't willing to use those tools, we cannot fix all their problems. Expectations. Set them so clearly it feels almost too obvious, because I've had clients I was genuinely helping who were still texting me every day stressed out. And last on this phase is build an onboarding workflow. Have a form that captures everything you need from the client the second they sign up, and automate the confirmation. It looks professional, it starts the project on the right foot, and it saves you a ton of back and forth. On that, if you join that community down below in the description, it's my school where I offer one-on-one coaching. I have all my templates and snapshots. I give you these onboarding workflows. You can look at it as infrastructure that I'm copying and pasting into your business so that you don't have to make the same mistakes I did, and you can be ready for day one. If you use the 14-day free trial, you get it completely free to join. So now that we've gone over a couple of phases, let's go to phase 5. Right here is where things start to compound. And that unlocked my MOR wasn't getting more clients. It was actually upselling the ones I already had. So I had started on as 297 a month for most clients. And on month 4, I did 2 upsells in the same 300 each. Now those clients are at 597 a month recurring. That's what pushed me to 2K. So don't sleep on upsells once you've proven value. Other big unlock was hiring a VA for website fulfillment. I was staying up until 3 a.m. clicking through GHL, trying to fulfill websites, and I realized that was completely pointless. I found someone who put together a simple SOP document showing exactly how I build, and now she handles all of it for $35 a site. That freed me up to focus on sales and growing the business instead of clicking. And look, here's my honest advice. Get to 3 clients first before you think about any of this. 3 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're learning everything on the fly, it'll feel little. And when it does, that's when you start outsourcing, fulfillment, and you scale. So that's it. 0 to 5, 2 months, 2K monthly recurring revenue. And the reason I can say any of this is because I personally through the trenches doing it. I worked with clients who were difficult. I got chargebacks. I overcomplicated with the websites. I sold features instead of outcomes, all of it. The shortcut is knowing all of that before you start. Go get your first client.